China has launched major new military drills as President Xi Jinping signals a powerful show of force across contested regional waters. Beijing has deployed warships and military aircraft in a fresh display of strength as tensions continue to simmer over Taiwan and the South China Sea. China is warning its regional rivals at sea while the People's Liberation Army sharpens its combat readiness for potential future conflicts. Has Beijing drawn another red line as the PLA declares it is prepared to defend every inch of what China claims as its territory? China's military and Coast Guard conducted large-scale joint air and naval combat drills on August 1st as part of coordinated operational exercises in the region. The People's Liberation Army's Southern Theater Command carried out the exercise in the waters and airspace surrounding Huangyan Dao, also known as Scarborough Shoal. The PLA said the military exercise was launched in response to what it described as the current security situation in the South China Sea. Chinese military officials stated that the operation was a necessary measure taken under the present regional security conditions to safeguard national interests. Joint naval and air force units trained together during the exercise to strengthen real combat coordination and improve operational effectiveness in potential conflict scenarios. The PLA's Southern Theater Command vowed to maintain a high level of combat readiness and continue regular military operations across the region. The latest military exercise comes as tensions remain high over disputed territorial claims and competing maritime interests in the South China Sea. As tensions with the Philippines continue to rise, Beijing also stepped up combat patrols near the disputed Scarborough Shoal in the South China Sea. China has stepped up combat patrols around Scarborough Shoal, as tensions with Manila escalate over who controls this highly contested patch of sea. Chinese forces say they activated full combat readiness on July 30th after spotting a Philippine aircraft near the shoal during their latest patrols. The PLA reported that the aircraft was detected while its units were carrying out readiness patrols around the contested Scarborough Shoal area. Scarborough Shoal remains claimed by both China and the Philippines, making every patrol and overflight a new flashpoint in the wider South China Sea dispute. China's Southern Theater Command deployed both naval vessels and air units around the disputed reef, signaling a joint air-sea posture rather than a simple patrol. During the latest mission, China deployed its new Type 054B frigate Qinju, using the modern warship as the centerpiece of the patrol force around the shoal. The PLA also used the JL-10 jet during a readiness patrol here for the first time, marking the aircraft's debut in frontline air-sea operations over Scarborough Shoal. The JL-10 is an advanced trainer aircraft, but it also carries a secondary combat role, allowing it to switch quickly from instruction to operational missions. It can perform both patrol and ground attack missions, giving commanders a flexible platform that can surveil, warn, and strike if required. Analysts say it is better suited for dealing with slower surveillance or government aircraft, which often cruise well below typical fighter speeds. The jet's strong low-speed handling makes it ideal for interception duties, letting it escort or push back propeller-driven planes without overshooting them. As a trainer, the JL-10 can operate from a wider range of airfields, helping China project air control from more bases across distant maritime areas. Overall, the aircraft is being used to strengthen China's distant maritime patrols, tightening air management and control over far-flung sea zones. At the same time, the Chinese Coast Guard carried out law enforcement patrols around the shoal, reinforcing the military presence with police-style actions at sea. China said multiple Philippine vessels were spotted, warned, and ordered to leave, with Coast Guard ships using loudspeakers and maneuvers to push them out. This latest confrontation comes on the heels of massive drills held by the US and its Asian allies, turning the shoal into a stage for competing power shows. Amid rising tensions between China and Taiwan, the United States and its Asian allies have just wrapped up a massive set of joint drills in the South China Sea, underscoring their shared concerns about Beijing's behavior. The US, Japan, and the Philippines ended a major 5-day maritime exercise on July 25th, after operating together at sea from July 21st to 25th. These drills brought together warships, Coast Guard vessels, fighter jets, and surveillance aircraft, forming a multi-layered joint force across the contested waters. The Philippine military said the exercises were focused on improving Allied interoperability, ensuring the three forces can operate seamlessly in any future crisis. The drills mark the latest expansion of trilateral security cooperation in the region, part of a broader pattern of increasingly frequent and complex joint activities.
We extend our sincere appreciation for the successful conduct of today's 17th Multilateral Mutual Cooperative Activity. Your teamwork, precision, and cooperation greatly contributed to the success of our engagement. It was an honor to train alongside you. We look forward to more opportunities to sail and train together as nations striving for the rule of law and freedom of navigation. We hope you enjoyed your stay in the Philippines. Until we meet again, fair winds and following seas. Onwards!
These exercises are just the latest in a growing series of trilateral security drills, each one expanding in scale and ambition as tensions with China climb. Manila, backed firmly by Washington and Tokyo, is using these drills to counter China's sweeping maritime claims and reinforce its own position in the West Philippine Sea. The Philippine military deliberately did not disclose the exact location of the exercises, a move likely intended to avoid giving Beijing a specific point to contest. Interestingly, Chinese Navy and Coast Guard ships have shadowed similar drills in the past, monitoring Allied movements and often criticizing the exercises as destabilizing. During these very drills, Manila accused China of firing powerful water cannons at its government ships on two separate occasions, bringing the confrontation uncomfortably close to the joint exercise area. The Philippine Coast Guard said the incidents occurred on July 23rd and 24th, in the middle of the 5-day drills. These confrontations took place near the disputed Scarborough Shoal in the South China Sea, one of the most contentious flashpoints between Manila and Beijing. Beijing responded by saying it had taken legal measures after Philippine vessels allegedly insisted on intruding into waters China claims, defending the water cannon use as lawful and beyond reproach.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Have you ever wondered what happens when a banking dynasty meets tides of world history, intrigue, and a dash of myth?
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.